So welcome everyone. Very unusual for us to have a Zoom training during the day, but I felt it was necessary because quite a few had been asking for a document. Now, I'm going to do some mother love before we get started, and that is that it's an interesting thing because I've been privy to be with most of the NMDs in WA this weekend. I've also been in contact with Lindy in the office and Linda Evenden. I couldn't get hold of Celine. I ran out of time as well. So basically, what is happening, Lindy's response to me about a document like this was, how long is a piece of string? So I think everyone can relate to that. So your request was, can we have a document so we can sit down with someone, show them how they can earn $1,000 a month? I think that's a really reasonable request. But now I'm going to backtrack a little bit and say that at the moment, the company, all of us, we're so successful that they're having to really focus and pull on the rules and regulations, because there are going to be some people out there who are going to be doing the wrong thing, they're going to be saying the wrong thing, and they're going to be making claims. And me, for one, I haven't done this for 18 years to have my franchise taken away from me. So you will have to bear with me. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to use two of the documents that are legally allowed by the company. And what I'm going to do, rather than actually give you a new document, which I'm not prepared to do, and I know there's someone in their team working on it, and that's there, I would probably advise them to have it checked by head office before they did it, because it is actually, it's not impossible to show someone to earn how to earn $1,000, but by doing it, you could be construing the fact that the person, you have to do it this way, then you earn $1,000. And there's so many other ways to do it. I've got heaps of customers and I've got a big team, but my team doesn't go deep. Another NMD might have not that many frontline, only 30, 40 customers, but they go really deep. So we both be earning different money, so even up at that level. So what I've done today, I've actually asked you to have available, first of all, this one, and this is the one that says yearly residual income from Juice Plus, and it's the one where it's giving you an example of 40 customers. Now, it's based on fruit and vegetable capsule order. So has everyone got that? Okay. I want you to, on the bottom, on the third line, where we're going to talk about Jenny Jones. We're going to talk about Jenny Jones version 1, and we're going to talk about Jenny Jones version 2. Okay? Hi, Rach.
Hi.
So what we're going to do is, I've made a chart and I'm going to do the examples. But just looking at this, Rachel, we're looking at this document. Mel, we're looking at this document. So I want you to go to the third line where it says sales coordinator, and under 40 customers it says $8,580 annually. Okay, residual. Now, my maths is reasonable. If you divide that by 12, you've got about 700, correct? Okay, so we're going to talk about Jenny Jones version 1 and Jenny Jones version 2, and they've each got 40 fruit and vegetable capsule orders, okay? And they know it's a given, as long as they don't have any cancellations, or indeed, if they keep replacing those cancellations with new orders, it's a given that they're guaranteed to earn $700 a month. So what I'm going to show you next is how I'm suggesting, when you sit with a prospect and want to get them excited about the dollars, this is how you do it. But you must say, what I'm going to show you is just a really, not a single person in Juice Plus the world over is earning the same amount of money each month on the same setup of customers and franchisees. Some go wide, some go deep, some don't go at all. So it is actually, unless you're a mathematician, it's impossible. And for those who came on late, I'm not prepared to do a document. that hasn't been looked at by the company. So we're a tried and proven system. We're into duplication. I have spoken to a very, very, very big leader in Australia, and I explained the situation, and she came straight out to me and she said, do not supply the document, which I wouldn't anyway because it's impossible. But she said, say to people, you're much better off raving about it, being excited and enthusiastic. Don't worry about what you know. Don't worry about figures. I know that's easy for me to say, but you don't want to set them up for disappointment, because someone who's at a lower level can earn a decent amount of money without being up at a higher level, purely because they might not have the structure. So it really, really depends. Now, we would encourage everyone to have 30 or 40 customers. That just makes you safe and pretty much guarantees you of being a qualifying business every year, every month, so you get paid for your team, correct? Okay, so we've ascertained that Jenny Jones has got 40 customers, and in both cases, now that she has made it to sales coordinator, because this is what you would be saying to your prospect, we try and get you there in the first 3 to 5 months. Some people do it in 2 months. It's all different. I'm going to show you, I'm going to hold up a big chart, and it could be a little bit difficult for you, but please just bear with me. So Jenny Jones version 1 has, and this is going to be a little bit of training and a test for you guys. So can you see this? Actually, let me just turn my light on. Just first of all, this first one here, can you see that I've got Jenny Jones as a sales coordinator at the top? You might even want to draw this as we go, but I would rather do a screenshot of this and try and get it to you guys, or share it at another time. So then over the other side, we've got Jenny. I'm doing this because my whiteboard is down in Secret Harbour. Jenny Jones version 2 is a sales coordinator as well, but she's done it the fast track way. So the first Jenny Jones has done it the cumulative way. So here's the test. What cumulative figure do you need to get to sales coordinator, guys? Who's cheating? The cumulative way. We don't want to be too long, so it's 18,000 cumulative, okay? And that person, the structure that they need, the cumulative way, is 3 direct virtual franchisees. Now, Jenny Jones version 2, she's a bit of a smarty britches. She's had a good sponsor who's helped, and she's attended lots of events, etc., etc. Now, she's done it the fast track way. So what structure does Jenny Jones version 2 need? She needs 2 senior directs, one of whom has fast tracked, and she needs a direct. And she needs to have done that within her first 5 months from her application date. But on top of that, she's going to get $600 bonus. This one isn't. She's done it cumulatively. Now, what I've got lower is it's a given. So 40 PCs at Jenny Jones level gives her $700 a year. Then on top of that, both of them, Jenny 1 and Jenny 2, are entitled, if they're qualifying, and with 40 customers they would be, and by qualifying I mean that they are bringing in 1,800 PVC into their team for that month, so they would qualify for team performance bonus of 4%, correct? Okay. Now, both of them are also entitled down 4 qualifying generations. Now, what if Jenny, who's done it the cumulative way, what if her direct virtual franchisees, I actually haven't filled in those circles, sorry, over here. What if Jenny has only got directs and they haven't really grown at all, okay? So unless even though she's entitled to she is entitled to team performance bonus, but she's only going to go onto that generation. Whereas maybe Jenny too, she's a bit of a smarty britches, and she's going to get, those 3 people are going to get teams, so they're going to obviously get promoted, etc., and she's going to get deep. So both of them are entitled to 4%, down 4 qualifying generations. But let's say Jenny 2 is the only one who does it. The other one sort of got her 3 directs and got a little bit stuck, and we don't really like to use that word. So then, apart from, so they've got the 700, so can you see what we're saying? Once you've got 2 or 3 franchisees, it's out of control. You might have 3 frontline to you, you might have 7. One of those people might go deep about 6 people. So there's no way you can do it. So here's what I'm suggesting. You sit with your prospect and you do exactly what I've done here. And I'm sorry, this is actually too big for the screen. But basically what I've done, just have a look because they're both pretty much the same. I've said that once they're sales coordinated, they've got 40 customers, so they're pretty much a qualifying business. So then they're entitled to that team performance bonus. Okay. Then, if they're really doing well and there's lots, and some of those 3 directs, well, she's got version 2 has got senior directs under them. Remember, and they are counted in your POB. So without confusing all of you, there's another thing that Jenny can get paid on. Because she's until she's senior sales coordinator, she doesn't get that POB. So what I suggest you do is use an example of Jenny Jones, who does it just the cumulative as long as she wants, because you might be talking to someone who doesn't want to be pressured. She can get $700 a month just with 40 customers. And then she can grow her team, and it is limitless. And then you explain to them that they get 4% because they're a qualifier, they get 4%. And then if they really, really grow, they will get themselves to senior sales coordinator where they're entitled to promote out bonus, that's another 2%. And then you also tell them that when they get to senior sales coordinator, they're entitled to BIB, which is a little bit like sometimes we actually explain that it's a bit like an expense account. So I just said something and something didn't quite ring true to me, so I just wanted to check myself. Yep, I was right. I was thinking I'd made an error, but I haven't. You know, when you doubt yourself. Okay, so who's totally lost? Don't be embarrassed if you are. Maybe come off mute and just have a chat. Okay, so can you unmute yourself, guys?
I get it. Thanks, Hill.
Wonderful, wonderful. Don't be embarrassed if you don't. But what I need you guys to understand is, because globally we've also just had a huge, great big thing, and it will be coming out, basically about legalities and things, we just cannot afford to be making claims that may not be totally and absolutely accurate. And even if they are accurate, they're not sort of endorsed by the company. So the best thing that you can do is, and I'm very happy maybe when we do the vision board meeting, I'll actually go through that again, because it's a nice little thing, particularly, you know, you don't mind a Jenny Jones version 1 in your team because you value everyone, but you really want Jenny number 2, who's going to fast track and get you $600 and herself $600. And then you also want her to fly. So that's the diagram you could be doing and saying, then your people will be just going crazy because they'll be excited like you. They'll start to get their own customers and team. And, you know, you could go on and on. You could explain to them. And while your people are coming up to your level, sales coordinator, there's also a part of 14% product commission that you will get. But I would be saying to them, I don't want you to get bogged down with this. I just want you to get excited. And this is what all the leaders are saying to me. This is what you need to do one-on-one. If you don't feel capable of talking to a prospect like I'm doing now, ask for help. So you ask your sponsor to sit with you, or Zoom or whatever, or you come to me and ask me. Is everyone understanding what I'm saying? So basically
Yes.
what I've done there with version 2 is I've done someone who's going to fast track to SDVF, and I didn't fill that in because it was a test. Let me just do that and that will help you. SDVF.
Can I say something? I think it's important not to give them both the option with fast track and accumulative.
Absolutely.
It's important to just focus on the fast track and show them where the bonus money is, because that will get them excited when there's money on the table and extra money.
Yeah, the point of this exercise was to show you that it really is impossible to do a document to show someone how they can earn $1,000. But you could show them, even and if you're brand new, you could almost explain to them how 40 customers, we get you to sales coordinator, you're going to get some bonuses, a bonus when you get there, and even another one when you get to senior direct. It's all very exciting. Bonuses really count in the first 6 months. And then we've got your 40 customers. We start to get to sales coordinator. You're going to need team. They're going to be bringing you in 4%. Before you know, they're going to be bringing you in an extra 2%. And next thing, you're going to get a promotion to senior sales coordinator and be entitled to business incentives. So the whole thing is learning to just sit there with a bit of a diagram, and that was a really good point, Mel. The idea today was to show you how it just cannot be done. Because we could also have there, you could have Jenny number 3, who's only got 20 customers, but she's got some awesome team, and she's also got some team who stay at the lower levels. So those lower level ones, the ones franchisees or direct, they're counted in her PB. So she'll probably be a qualifying business even if she's only got 20 customers. We talk about 30 or 40 to make yourself safe. Because believe me, in the early days, I remember an NMD who didn't qualify 1 month, and he missed out on thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that month. Okay? So qualifying is really important. Are there any questions, or does anyone not really understand what I've tried to explain to you?
No, that's all been good.
Right. Okay, so without feeling you need to stroke me, was it helpful? Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. Can I just say, I guess we're, at the events, they throw around, if you want to earn $500 to $1,000 a month, and a lot of people's heads are going to be sitting there going, yep, I need that. What do I need to do to get that? So it's going to take them a little bit to get that $500 to $1,000 a month. So I guess where Mel was saying,
where did they say that, honey?
More, sorry?
What part of the Own Your Own Life do they say you earn $500 to $1,000 a month?
No, at like when we went to some of the speakers, I think when we went to Adam's event, and they just say, there's people that are going to be, needing $500 a month, if you'd like $1,000 a month, and how easy it is to achieve that. I'm not saying it's not easy to achieve it. I'm just saying that figure sort of, might get into a prospect's head, and they'll be sitting there going, okay, well, because that's what I thought. Well, okay, what do I need to do to get?
Okay,
so basically, so I know I'm going to get $500 a month. So basically, what we need to be saying is, you need to work for 35 to 40 customers. You need to get a couple of, virtual franchisees, help them get towards SDVF. And like Mel said, talk more about the bonuses for those first 30, 60 days. There's their, $400 a month they get for getting to SDVF, and all those things.
Yeah.
So
and I can understand your frustration at doing that, but we've actually just done it. Get yourself to sales coordinator with 40 customers, and you can get at least $700 a month, and then it's just huge, because to get there, you're going to have team, and you get them, and you get bonuses along the way. So all the time you're excited. So can you imagine how out of control this would be if everyone was doing their own documents? So we have actually got quite a few documents. The other thing is too, on the bottom of that document, you've got that it goes from small business of your own to 3 club to 12 club, 39 club, 100 club. It doesn't even say 24 club. There's also another document, and I'm going to take this up with the company as well, because it also comes up here. We've got 3 clubs, 12 club, 39 club, and 100 club, and it doesn't say anything about 24 club, you know, and it's like I just explained. And of course, this is from the company. It's just an idea, because there's lots of NMDs and not even NMDs who are earning more than that. It's just an idea, but they're keeping it low, so they're not making outrageous claims, if you understand that. Whoops.
Yeah. So I think that when they say 500 to 1,000, it's just sort of painting a picture into what you can potentially earn. So it's not really focusing on how you actually do it. Because if you follow the proven system, then that will automatically generate into their bank account. If they're getting their customers, like 40, if you tell someone to go and get 40 customers, that can actually be quite overwhelming. Like if somebody said that to me when I first started, even though I think I got like 25 in the first however long, but if somebody actually said to me, oh, you've got to go and get 40 customers and you've got to go do that, that can actually be really, really overwhelming. They're like, fuck, I'm going to know 40 people. I don't know that many people. So if you just keep to the structure, whereas you just take them step by step, you know, there's a step by step. So, all right, first step, DVF, 1,000 points, boom, you're going to get that $100 bonus. You all of a sudden have got your $137 pretty much cleared. Then you've got your profits and you've gone into positive gear. Then, all right, we're going to go to SDVF. That's $400 bonus if you do it in the first 40 days. So that's $500 already in bonus money. There you go, $500 to $1,000 extra in your bank account. And then if you do that in the first 40 days, that's pretty much your mum. So, you know, and then you're going to get obviously from that, you've got your customers coming in because you're creating that points through your team, like through you, and then through your team as well. So you're unlocking that residual income. So it's really like you can definitely make money out of customers in this business, but you unlock the fortune in building a team. So if you can, you know, really focus on that, stop worrying about the how. Like you were saying, there's so many different ways of doing this because you might only have 3 frontline, but have 3 freaking awesome guns of a frontline. You might have 20 frontline, but only 2 of them do something. So, but they might have a little bit of depth, you know. So there's so many different ways of doing it. So don't worry about the how. Just follow the system. To get to DVF, this is what we got to do. SDVF, this is what we're going to do. I'll teach you the rest after. And if you don't know that yet, that's okay. You know, you take people step by step, and then when you need to know the next step, go to your upline, figure out the next steps, then you can teach it on. Does that make sense?
It's
that's
brilliant. The thing is, the big money, it's not a wrong thing to say. The big money is in a team. But we've got such an amazing company of integrity that we have to be a qualified business to be paid on that team. So the focus is only, like, I'm not them, but I've got heaps of customers. But I don't actually need them. And I was taught in the early day, the Dannies, the Brons, the Tamaras, most of them would only have 30 to 40 customers. They get a few cancellations and they get a few new ones to do it. It's not their focus. Yeah, you're not going to knock a customer back, but their focus is getting that team because that's where the money is. So that's where, and thank you, Mel, that was brilliant. That's why we no longer go and do wellness talks to do someone's launch. We literally do Own Your Own Life with a smoothie demo and maybe a little bit enlarged on the stories. That's all we do. So the thing is, as someone who I got some coaching on this from said, we've all just got to get out of our own way, trust that it is happening. And for those of you who are thinking, well, I didn't do that straight away, we've all got the same product, it's the same price, the same resources. Like, have you read Eric Worre GoPro? And if you all nod yes, I'll say, have you read it again? The best thing I can say to you is get the audio one. Absolutely. That's what I listen to when I'm driving, and I almost want to stop and do a boxer on it. The other thing is, what we're hearing a lot of teams are saying, oh, yeah, well, I'm not really there yet. How many times have you gone to Hunters and Gatherers Road to SDVF and gone through it yourself? So the minute you get that prospect, you're all excited because you know. You know, knowledge is power. You don't have to know everything, but that knowledge of knowing you can go there and how exciting is this? And this video shows you this and this video shows you that. Instead of sitting down with all these figures, scaring the bejesus out of them with 40 customers. I totally agree with that, Mel. that would scare most people. But you can do that. You need less if you've got premium customers, okay? But I was really frustrated when everyone kept asking me for this document that wasn't available and cannot ever be available. So, is everyone happy with that? Okay.
Yeah.
Who would
It's just a matter of being realistic and with your training, I guess, isn't it? So people aren't expecting, sort of much to come in for a little while, where that all comes down to.
No, that's a bit of a, sorry, Hill, that's a bit of a, if you treat this like a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business. So if you go to work, it's all directly related to how much you put into this business. So if you're going to go to work and you follow the system, you can earn a shitload of money right in that first month. Absolutely. But you have to go to work. You can't just be like...
comes into your training when you get your BFs and getting them to DF and that, all you just build that all into your training. And it will come.
Absolutely. And I would really honestly recommend to any team member that you put on, that minimum requirement is to plug into one business event and one training event a week. Minimum requirement if you want to take this business seriously. So, sorry, Hill, actually, come on.
No, it's fine. That's great leadership. Fantastic. What we're saying is when you're sitting with someone, you're excited. It's not rah-rah. It's excitement and enthusiasm and passion. And then you say, but I'm going to be linking arms with you. And I've got so many colleagues and mentors. We're all going to help. Yada, yada, yada. And, let's get going. What part don't you want? I have been, and you would say, I've been I'm sure that I'm learning, I'm teachable, and I'm just doing reasonably now. But I tell you what, nothing's going to hold me back, and I'm looking for a new team. So I actually think, and I can tell in people, not here, I can tell in people's body language and posts on Facebook and Boxer, you're not excited enough, guys. You don't believe it. And before we close, I want to talk to you about your beliefs. Belief in the product. I don't think there's anyone on this call who doesn't believe in the product. Belief in the company. If you went to Melbourne, you would believe. And if you didn't, you still can believe and be 110%. But that's not as important as belief in this industry. Can you imagine the money that Linda Evenden and Kira, et cetera, are earning? If you're one of those people where, yes, you want to make money, but the integrity of it even more, imagine how many people's lives they've touched. Unbelievable. Okay? So all they would do, they would use every resource known to them. Mel was here yesterday. She was gobsmacked what you can do on the virtual office. And even then we didn't have time to go under trainings and look at all the webinars and presentations. Because what a lot of you are probably doing is you feel as though you've got to know more before you can get someone in. You're not going hunting, the expression is. You're going fishing, but you're also asking people to join the party. I mean, if you've got any prospects, bring them along to the vision board night. That's the part of it. Can you imagine and look, sometimes I'd love to be in Natalie Baldock's team. Can you imagine being in her team, the fun you'd have, the enthusiasm and passion and excitement? We've got to get out there, guys. Think about your belief in the industry and think about your belief in yourself. You don't have to be loud and extroverted like myself and Mel. Some people will feel more comfortable, but you can be quietly passionate and excited and just say, you don't have to do anything you don't want in this business. You just have to link arms with me. I've got so many people who've got my back. We only have to ask. We're flying. That's why we've already got some people on this call who've stepped up. I've done a launch for them. They've then turned around and done a second launch for themselves, done a launch for their person, a second launch for their person, and then that person's put someone on. That is duplication. And you don't have to be extroverted. You just have to be so 100% sure that this is what you want to do and this is how you're going to make lifestyle choices for you and your family. End of sermon. So I just think that, yeah, we're going to wind it up now. I'm going to take it off record.